So yeah, I would be a little bit concerned if you are an Atlanta Dream fan. I really would be. That was a horrendous performance. That was all around horrendous, especially because this is a team that you don't like them. You don't like the Fever, with or without. Okay, Angel Reese there. We remember tons of times Caitlin Clark getting into it, Ryan Howard. These teams don't particularly like each other. The Fever knocked Atlanta out of the playoffs last year on a kind of ridiculous on a ridiculous sequence of play that Atlanta have a 1 point lead, and the Indiana Fever mess up the offense they're supposed to run, and Bree Jones forgets to guard Leah Boston under the basket, and the ball gets passed to Leah for a layup. Um, Not only that, we saw, um, like when you add Angel Reese to the mix, there's that rivalry with Caitlin. There's always going to be that rivalry with Caitlin, and that has to be taken into account too. But I thought they looked bad. I'll give Angel Reese and I'll give O'Cott the benefit of the doubt. Angel tried. She was bad, but she tried. Like defensively, I mean, she was okay. She drew a couple of nice fouls, but like that's the best that I can say is that like she tried for Angel Reese. I don't really know what the hell we saw from Ryan Howard and we saw from Alicia Gray. Like we saw two current MVP candidates, um, basically be in a situation now where they looked bad. I thought Jordan Canada played hard. Like I don't know what more I can say about Jordan Canada other than that she played really hard, but I didn't think she was great either. So you're looking at an Atlanta Dream team where you have championship aspirations, and rightfully so. For the people that are saying, "Oh, saying the Atlanta Dream of championship aspirations is too high," no. When you are a 30-win team and you add Angel Reese, you have championship aspirations because Angel Reese, for all her negatives as a player, her positives, she is one of the best defenders and one of the most versatile defenders. She's a nuisance. She causes havoc. She gets rebounds. She creates extra opportunities for your team. She plays hard. Again, there were times in that fourth quarter when it was like the game was almost gone. That it felt like the playing hard was not quite there for a couple of possessions, but for the most of the game, she played hard. Naz Hillman hit a couple of threes, but like this is a team that a lot of people are like, oh, when Bree Jones gets back, I'm like, what? What do they gain when Bree Jones gets back? They get a little bit better at posting up. Like, is that it? You become an improved post up team because you've added Bree Jones to your team? Like, are you more worried about getting some post up touches and being able to work through the post than you are about like, you know, everything else? It's one of those things where yeah, there are going to be questions for the Atlanta Dream. And the reason why people are like, oh, but like they're 6-3. The reason why there's questions for the Atlanta Dream is that there's comes a time where it stops working. Basically, going out of your way to coming back in games stops work. Like having to come back in games stops working. We saw it if you are a fan of the Premier League with Liverpool. They were first in the table through 5 games, 5 wins from 5. And 3 of the 5 wins were, I think, 98-minute winners. And everyone was talking about how great it was that Liverpool were, they were able to come back and make these massive plays or score massive goals. And, this is like the sign of a champion. But they faded. And I'm sorry, like getting outplayed and trying to force your way to come back in every single game is not ideal. Hey, if you look at it again, their shot, based on the shots they took, on the expected points, they should have won this game. They got killed. Alicia Gray was putting up mad shit. She was putting up mad shit, as was Ryan Howard hit 2 threes when Caitlin was off the floor, and she was kind of only cared about Caitlin Clark on defense. And I'm worried because eventually you're going to have to, you're just going to have to go and start beating teams comfortably. Like, it took them till the fourth quarter to beat the fucking Sun. It took them till the fourth to beat the Connecticut Sun at home. That is a concern. How big of a concern? That's for you to decide. But it is a concern. I don't care what anyone says. It is a concern. The comebacks, the 20-point comeback against the Dream, the 15-point four-quarter comeback against Phoenix Mercury, they are concerns. You can absolutely make the argument of this team has a lot of resolve. They're great at winning close games. And come playoff time, yeah, that absolutely is a positive, that you're good at winning close games. But in the regular season, normally the analytics add out. Normally, if you've been outplayed in constant games and you're just coming out down the stretch and winning these games, it'll come to bite you in the ass. And I'm going to be real here. Like, it's a team that I kind of think has that championship ceiling, but they need to figure something else out, because you've got the Angel fans being like, oh, Angel needs more post touches. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. And people are like, oh, the shot diet needs to improve. They need to stop shooting so many threes. They shot 21. They shot 21 threes. This team is constructed to play Carl Smesko basketball. It's not constructed to play anything else. And the problem is, things don't work out with their plan A. And this is why they weren't good in the playoffs last year, is that Carl Smesko's plan B is plan A, but better. They don't have a plan B. Carl Smesko's not this like adapting coach. There's a lot of coaches that will adapt, that will have plan A, B, C, D, E, and F. And whether they can execute all of them or not, I don't know. But like, that's what Stephanie White is as a coach. She tries to, like, she'll have 75 different plans. Even if they're not able to execute them, that's what she'll have. She'll have plans for everything. Whereas Carl Smesko is, we're going to impose ourselves on the other team. But the problem is, if you can't impose yourself on the other team, you're fucked. And we saw it with Minnesota, where they made a fake comeback and Minnesota pulled it away. It's like the fear isn't really there anymore. The fear isn't really there. And this is a team that on a cold night can lose to anybody. So yeah, that's the video. I am a little bit worried for the Dream. They were terrible tonight. And the only reason, like, their record's pretty good. The only reason I'm worried is because I think they've been terrible this year. Like, I think they've won a lot of games where they've been terrible. Second half against Portland, they were good, I guess. And they've been very good in the fourth quarter. But I think they haven't had a game where I've looked at them, they've been good for 4 quarters. And the Fever weren't even great today, and they still lost pretty bad.